do you guys got going on? It's New Year's Eve, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going out to dinner with some friends, and then we might watch some fireworks. There might be a cocktail or two involved. So have you ever had a bunch of people over to the house and you've got your little ice maker in your fridge and you've got your little, glass of ice, or even if you thought ahead, you said, oh, I'm gonna think ahead. I'm gonna get that big bag of ice from the gas station. That's what I want, gas station ice. You know how great their restrooms are. That's how good their ice is. Yum, yum, yum. No. So this is a way to make a lot of ice. 26 pounds of ice in 24 hours. This is one of our most popular items from the Improvements line. And I'm telling you, you guys will not regret buying a ice maker. I had the ice maker break in my refrigerator. It was $300 and something they want to have it fixed. Guess what I bought? The Improvements Ice Maker. We have our special guest, David Wooding is here. Hi, David.
Hello, Helen, how are you?
Good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you. You don't like gas station ice?
I don't. You know what I have to say? Gas station cuisine in general, I like to stay away from.
Once a year, right?
Once a year. I like to keep away from it, yes.
Now, this Improvements ice machine is exactly what you're going to want. Now, you've ever been to a party, you're drinking away, you're having a really relaxing time. What happens? You run out of ice. Worst thing you can do, you've either got to get someone who's got to run out to the gas station or to the convenience store to go and buy ice for you. With the Improvements ice machine, you are going to be able to constantly have ice. It cranks out ice every 7 minutes. So it's fresh ice, it's clean ice, and it's always there for you. And in a 24-hour period, it's going to give you 26 pounds of ice.
26 pounds of ice. And you know, the other thing is, it's portable. So you buy one for a whole family.
Exactly.
So mom's doing Christmas, bring the ice maker over to mom's.
I'm
gonna do, like a Halloween party, all the kids come over. Well, I'm gonna do that. I mean, it's so great. And I bet you there's things in your life you don't do because you don't have ice. Maybe you wanna have a frozen margarita instead of a margarita. Maybe you wanna have a smoothie with crushed ice. If you ever drink protein powder, it tastes one way. If you drink it with crushed ice, a shot of espresso, and you make one of those coffee drinks with protein.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's a whole different ball game. But you need tons of ice, and you also need the right size ice.
Exactly. What happens is with the machine, we've actually got 2 different size ices, so we'll make smoothies and we'll use the smaller ice for that. But if you're at home and you've got a nice whiskey, which the gentlemen in Scotland have been working for 18 years, you don't want to put that gas station ice in. You want to do it right. So let me show you, because I know visually it's very difficult to actually realise how much you think.
How much is that?
That is actually 26 pounds of ice we've got there. And that's what the Improvements machine will crank out for you every 24 hours. So whether you're a hunter, you're a fisherman, whether you're going away for a party, we're all doing parties this time of the year.
I didn't even think about that. My husband fishes, and you're right.
What do you do with the fish?
With the ice, you gotta put them on ice straight away. And then, usually you stop at the gas, again, with the gas station ice.
Exactly, and it's just such an easy thing as well. There's no drain line, there's no drain line out, there's no water line in. You just plug it in, you undo your box.
Here's the other thing. Do you think twice about the water you drink? What about thinking twice about the ice you put in the drink? So if you spend all this money on fancy bottled water, but then you have the ice in your trays out of the tap water, you can do the fancy ice water just like you have, and I don't want to mean fancy, I mean clean and safe.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever gone, very quickly, if you're in a condo, in a sort of a dorm or something, you're probably still using these. Now, these take, on average, they take about 6 hours to do 14 actual cubes of ice.
6 hours?
6 hours compared to 7 minutes, right?
7 minutes or 6 hours.
And have you ever, see, I'm sort of getting on in age now, so I totter at times.
Totter.
Have you ever gone to the freezer and you overfilled your ice thing and you put it in there?
I've been a klutz at every age.
It sticks to the bottom of your freezer. And then, doesn't it ever smell of like peas or onions or something?
Exactly.
So we don't want to do that. We don't want that. We want fresh ice. We want fresh ice which is made inside here, and what it does is it's self-contained, so it's not going to have any contaminants or anything like that in it at all. And we have 2 different sizes, so that's the small, and we also have the larger size there. Now you'll notice that there's a little indentation inside there, which is from the prongs as the ice is made. Now that's a great thing. We have some technology involved here. it actually gives you a bigger surface area for your ice cube.
Well, that's why it becomes an ice cube in 7 minutes instead of, 24 hours or whatever.
And then it'll super...
Here's a video of how it works, David. What are we looking at?
Well, okay, well, I can talk you through that. It's very simple. Basically, there's a reservoir at the front there. You put your water in the front. It holds up to 2 ounces, sorry. And then you just push your button. You select small or large ice. And it's constantly cranking out from the front there. And it's fresh ice, and it's such an easy thing. You can actually just plug it in, forget about it, and go. You haven't got to worry about anything. And we have these lovely 3 colours as well, which we've got available at the moment. They're all actually stainless steel cased, so the casing itself is stainless steel. And what we have here is you have a stainless steel. We have the black, which is like a gunmetal grey type black hematite, and we have the copper, which everyone loves. Actually, the copper matches your outfit there.
Oh,
so,
that's pretty fancy.
And then we have another black one on the end there.
My fancy jacket.
No, I can show you very simply how it works anyway. So what we're going to do is, we take out there, we have some water down here, which the lovely girls have given us. You just drop water into the reservoir, and that, as I say, takes up to about 2 gallons in there. You drop your ice machine in.
Your little bucket?
You drop your bucket back in there, and then close and go. And then it's, like I say, 7 minutes later.
By the way, this is the stainless steel. This is going to be the first one to sell out. This is the most popular. This is not a refrigerator. So here's a tip. When it makes your ice, take your ice out and put it in the freezer.
Yes, good point.
So this doesn't, this isn't an ice holder. This is an ice maker.
It's an ice maker. So what you want to do is once it's done, you want to transfer it to either your freezer at home or your cooler to take away with you. So this is, the beauty of this is you've always got ice on demand now, but it's not always just for parties. I mean, I know a lot of us are going to parties this time of the year, but it's actually a year-round. There we go, we can see this one working here. It's actually a year-round device that you can use every day. It's a daily use. I wake up in the morning and I'm an iced coffee sort of guy. Yeah. So the first thing I do is, well, there's 2 things I do. I say good morning to my wife first, actually. I say the first thing I do.
You're an iced coffee guy before you say hi to your wife.
No, that's why she's watching. I'm in trouble. No using you for me. No, so I push my button for my iced coffee and I push the button for my ice machine. So I'm using iced coffee, and within, actually, the coffee actually takes longer to make than the ice. Can you believe it? How crazy is that?
It's like 7 minutes, and it's fresh, delicious ice. And I want you to look at the size of that. Yes. That is the perfect size when you're making those, frozen daiquiris, ice drinks, or if you're doing, healthy protein or berry smoothies where you're adding a little protein powder. Yes. Those delicious green drinks, if you put a little bit of ice in it. Everything tastes better when it tastes like a milkshake. And if it tastes like a milkshake, you gotta add ice. Really?
Exactly, and if we use the smaller one, I can show you actually. I'll make you. Would you like a milkshake?
Sure.
It's not a milkshake. It's going to be a fruit smoothie.
Yeah.
Should we put something special in? Because
is there like a New Year's Eve ingredient?
A New Year's Eve version that we're going to have, right?
New Year's Eve version? No, maybe not. I've got an hour of fitness after this, so I probably shouldn't. I need to stay awake for that. Yeah. So
we'll just throw some ice in to start with. We always use the smaller ones because I was watching Rebecca this morning. She was doing the presentation this morning, and it's so true. I'm going to use one of these little. You actually get this with it as well.
Okay, let me do a quick update.
Sure.
The stainless steel is the most popular. I'm doing last call. There's only 300 orders, and then there's no more stainless steel. If this is the color that you want, the stainless steel, which is the most popular, you need to be on the phone calling in. $25.99 is your flex pay. That's interest-free. We ship right away, and the shipping is free. And it's a sale price, so it's on sale. You have 5 months to pay it off with no interest, no fee. That's any major credit card, and it's free shipping. This is the stainless steel. It's the most popular color. I just don't want you to say, oh, I wanted that one. Why didn't the host tell me that it was about to sell out? It's about to sell out. The host is telling you, okay?
Buy now, buy now.
Buy now, yeah.
Okay, so I've just put some ice in. I've used the small ice, as I mentioned before.
Yes,
and I've put some fruit in.
And it has 2 sizes. So it's your choice of size with the ice.
I would use the smaller one because it actually gives it, strangely enough, it gives it like a creamy texture.
Right, because it
aerates it better with the smaller one.
That, yeah. All right.
Here we go.
Here we go, man using machine on TV. Let's see what happens. You look a little scared.
No pressure, right?
No, it's fun for me to watch. It doesn't matter what happens. It's fun to watch.
There we go.
Yep,
and man stops machine on TV, right? Yay, man. Well done, man.
Well done,
One for the team, right?
Yeah, good job.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah, so in 7 minutes, you have the small ice, which is perfect for making these blended drinks, or you can choose the large ice, which I think is better to have like in, you know, kind of like a cocktail, something on the rocks.
And look at this consistency, it's just beautiful. It's just thick and creamy looking, but there is no cream in there.
Right, it's just the ice.
It's just the ice.
And you know, you can make, the longer you blend it, the more it becomes, you know what else you can even make?
Do you trust me to try that?
Why not? What the heck? Why not?
Do you know, there was some liquid in the bottom beforehand. Happy New Year.
Cheers, everybody. Happy New Year.
So there's a creamy texture to it and stuff. And although you just saw me, it was just ice.
No, it's delicious.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, and when you add ice, especially when you think about the iced coffees or the drinks, when you go into those specialty coffee stores and you're like, I want an ice blended this with vanilla or hazelnut and this and that, you know, you can get, and we sell it here, that sugar-free syrup.
Yeah,
you can do a coffee, sugar-free syrup, some protein powder, and ice. It's going to taste like 1 billion calories, like you're cheating like heck, but it's actually a protein drink that you can do after your workout.
Yes.
I mean, it's really amazing.
And you don't want it tasted by last night's dinner that's still in the freezer. You don't want that. You want to use pure ice. This is such a simple product to use. You get it out of the box. It's actually the smallest footprint that we've actually used at Improvements. So what they've done is this is the 4th generation of it. So they've actually got all the technology and they've reduced it down to the smallest footprint. And I know it's actually super. Let me see if I can
I actually have an earlier version. I think mine is a little bigger, a little slower.
There was that.
Because they have made it, because a lot of people have it out on their countertop all year round. It's not something they just take out of the garage at parties.
I was going to show you.
It's like part of their life. They're like, you know, people like ice. We love ice. I love ice.
It's actually just over 18 pounds, obviously without the ice in. So it's super easy just to transport around, and you can take it whether you've got a boat, maybe you've got an RV, or you can take it camping with you. I think someone was saying that Callie here has got 3 of them, one of the hosts here, and she has one specifically just for her camping.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, another update, there's only 250 now of the stainless steel. If you want the stainless steel, 250 orders, that is it. Maybe you have a refrigerator and it doesn't have an ice maker. It's way cheaper to buy an ice maker than to buy a refrigerator with an ice maker. And I can tell you, the technology in the refrigerator that comes with the ice maker, because mine broke and it was a nightmare. It took me about a year to talk them into the fact that it was their fault it broke, not my fault.
And it wasn't cheaper.
They wanted to charge me $350 to fix a tiny ice maker that took 7 hours to make new ice. It was, I mean, it was ridiculous.
It's crazy, isn't
I just bought the ice maker. I mean, I bought the ice maker. That's why I own this, because my ice maker broke.
I have never been so popular, because I have one of these, and I went to a party, I'm not going to mention who it was, a friend of mine, about a week ago, and they ran out of ice. And it was so embarrassing, because they know that I do this on HSN, and they were like, David, could you just... And I live close by. I actually went home, and I took mine to the party, and within 7 minutes, we were actually doing the ice. And do you know what they did? They bought one of these the next morning.
Did they really?
But they really did. They really did.
You know, all it takes is one time for you not to have ice somewhere. And you know what? Sometimes you have a party, I don't know, Christmas Day, when everything's closed.
Yeah.
You know, you got to find out, well, okay, maybe there's a gas station that is open that has ice, but it's an hour away. It's not always necessarily right there at the ready. When you're, you know, having parties and things like that, sometimes it is a holiday and there isn't places open where you can go out and buy ice. But the other thing is, this is really for everyday use. Have this on your kitchen counter. It's like your toaster, your ice maker. You know, even if you've got an ice maker in your refrigerator, you're not making 26 pounds of ice every 24 hours. And if your kids or your grandkids love those blended drinks, maybe they love to have, you know, milkshakes, but maybe that's not, okay, ice cream, maybe that's not the healthiest thing in the world. You can do a very low, you know, skim milk with ice and a little, you know, cocoa powder. You can make all sorts of concoctions with ice.
You can, and you want that ice to be perfect. Like, going back to what I ran out a couple of years ago to actually get ice from a gas station, and it was during the summer here in Florida, and I had a big bag of ice, and it all melted together in the back of the car, and it's like the biggest ice cube you're ever going to have. So I'm chipping away at the ice to try to, I'm like, get myself one of these. It makes sense.
Because in the summer when you go grab the ice. Your car is not a refrigerator. By the time you get that ice home, it's gonna be, it might be melted or melted together into one giant, you know, get out the ice pick.
So it's super easy, Helen. You undo your box, you plug it in, you fill some water. You can use any water. You can use regular tap water. You can actually use Evian or one of the posher waters. You just put the water in the reservoir at the bottom there, put your little hopper in the front there, push your button at the front here. And so there's different buttons on here. You've got your on-off, which obviously puts it on. It's digital.
Easy.
So then you just, with the select, you either select large cubes or smaller cubes. It'll actually tell you when your ice box is full. As a good point you were mentioning before, then you have to transfer it to either...
Right, because it's
a maker. It's a maker,
not a refrigerator.
Exactly.
So this is an ice keeper, it's an ice maker. So after you make your ice, take it out and put it in the... or whatever, wherever you want it. Put it in your drink.
Exactly. And I love the fact it's got the window on the front here, so you don't have to keep looking inside, so you actually know when it's full. And also you've got the light.
It just dumps them in there.
So what it'll do is you've got your little prongs. It'll dump the ice into this first little section here, and then it just basically transfers it into this front section. And then once that's full, there we go. Here it comes.
It's like sort of dumping it in there.
Boom! It's making ice again.
Yeah, so there it is. We just watched it.
It doesn't get. We just watched it.
Yeah,
we just watched the process.
Live TV.
Live TV, isn't that great?
Little baby ice babies, small or large. 5 flex pay at $25.99. The most popular color is the stainless steel. There's 250 orders if you want the stainless steel. The regular price is $159.95. It is on sale. It is a feature price at $129.95. So if you were thinking about getting an ice maker, I highly recommend you get it on sale with free shipping. That's what I have today, on sale with free shipping. I also love FlexPay. I know you do too. This time of year, we've got all our holiday bills we're paying for. This is only 25 bucks to get home, $25.99. It's also very, very quiet. It has an LED controls and the see-through window. You can see what's happening. It's really fun. And it doesn't require any installation. You don't have to have a line hooked up to it. All you do is pour in water, any water. How about your own filtered water? So this is the stainless steel color. We also have it available in copper, which is in front of me, and then black. This is black, but black is sort of...
Yeah, it's got a nice sheen.
It's almost like hematite.
It is a hematite color.
It's not like jet black, because this to me is black. This is the black if you order, and it's more like a hematite color.
And they're super sturdy as well, because they're all actually... The casing itself is all stainless steel. And then it's just the coloring that's different. It comes in a box, as I said. You basically undo your box, you plug it in, and within 7 minutes you've got ice.
Right, and everybody... Well, and I mean, this of course is an